Hello students, in previous class we have discussed that photosynthesis involves two reactions, light reaction and dark reaction. Now this light reaction includes the following events. Number first, light absorption. Number two, water splitting. Number three, oxygen release. So as we know that light reaction is taking place by the absorption of sunlight. So we can say that it is taking place in the presence of sunlight. Okay. Now the dark reaction is taking place in the absence of sunlight, in which synthesis of food taking place. And this light reaction, the first step is absorption of sunlight. And number second, after that the water is splitting into hydrogen and oxygen, and this oxygen is released by the splitting of water molecules only, and in this way there is a formation of high energy chemical intermediates. That means the formation of ATP and NADPH takes place. So this light reaction is as a result, during the light reaction, ATP and NADPH are produced with the release of oxygen. Now this ATP and NADPH are used in the dark reaction. And we know that light is absorbed by the pigments. Okay. So the pigments in the plants, they are organized into two discrete light harvesting complex within photosystem first and photosystem second. Photosystem 1 and photosystem 2, we will call it photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. The photosystem 1 and photosystem 2 are the light harvesting complex in which pigments are organized. Light harvesting complex made up of hundreds of pigments molecules containing all pigments except single chlorophyll A molecule in each photosystem. Okay, in the light harvesting complex, many of the pigments are present, or you can say it is made up of hundred of pigments molecules except single chlorophyll A. Only single chlorophyll A is not found in that LHC, light harvesting complex. Now this single chlorophyll A molecule, it is in each photosystem, it is a reaction center. Okay, it is a reaction center. So pigments in photosystem first and photosystem 2. Pigments in photosystem 1 and photosystem 2 absorbs the lights of different wavelength. Okay, these two photosystems, they absorb the different wavelength light, and single chlorophyll A molecules makes the reaction center. Okay, reaction center is single chlorophyll A molecule. This is the reaction center. These are the other pigment molecule. Now as the name indicates, photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. But the firstly discovered photosystem was photosystem 2, and photosystem 1 discovered later. Okay, so and there's a difference between this photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Photosystem 1, it has highest peak at 700 nm. It means it absorbs 700 nm light. So we can call it P700. Okay, and in photosystem 2, the reaction center has highest peak of 680 nm. It means it absorbs the 680 nm wavelength light. So we call this P680, P680. P680 is for the photosystem 2. P700, it is for the photosystem 1. So we can photosystem 1, it is P700, and photosystem 2 it is P680 on the basis of absorption of light. This is the wavelength 700 nm and 680 nm. Now what happens in the light reaction? We can see this sketch. It is the Z scheme sketch. Okay. So what will happen there in the Z scheme sketch? Reaction center of photosystem 2 absorb light of 680 nm in red region and causing electron to become excited. So what happens in the photosystem 2? As we know that it is the, we call it P680 because it absorbs the 680 nm wavelength light, and this light is present in the red region. So what happens first of all? You can see in this sketch. In this sketch, this is the photosystem 2. Okay, we can photosystem this photosystem 2 and it is photosystem 1. So in that Z scheme, I am explaining it with the help of Z scheme. So reaction center of photosystem 2 absorb light of 680 nm in red region. We can say this light is absorbed by this photosystem 2. This is the light harvesting complex. It is photosystem 2. Light is absorbed by this complex. Okay. And this is in the red region. And due to which, when the light is absorbed, the electrons become excited. And these electrons from the photosystem 2 is accepted by the electron acceptor. Okay, by the absorption of light, the electrons are excited and these electrons are transferred to the electron acceptor. It means this electron acceptor picked the electrons. And from the electron acceptor, the electron is passed into the electron transport system. This is in the center electron transport system. The electrons are transported to the electron transport system, due to which the ATP is produced. And this electron transport system is consisting of cytochromes. This electron transport system is consisting of cytochromes. Okay. So what happens at that time? The light energy is absorbed, the electrons are excited and electrons are transported to the electron acceptor, and from the electron acceptor the electrons are transferred to the electron transport system, which is consisting of cytochrome. And in this process ATP is produced. Clear? Here we have written that two energy currency, that is ATP and NADPH, is produced in the light reaction. The full form of NADPH, it is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Full form is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Now I was explaining this electron transport system. The electrons are passed down the electron transport chain and then to the pigment of PS1. Now these electrons are transported to another light harvesting complex, that is the photosystem 1. Electrons are passed to the photosystem 1. And from the photosystem 1, that is light harvesting complex, from the photosystem 1, the electrons are accepted by the electron acceptor. Electrons are accepted by the electron acceptor. At what condition? Electrons are transferred to the photosystem 1, and this photosystem 1 absorbs the light energy, that is a wavelength of 700 nm. So, these electrons become excited. Electrons are transferred to the photosystem 1, but these electrons become excited by the absorption of 700 nm wavelength light, and due to which the electron become excited of photosystem 1, and then they transfer to the another acceptor molecule which is having greater redox potential. These electrons are transported to the electron acceptor which is having greater electron potential. Electron redox potential. Redox potential means capacity to receive the capacity to accept the electrons. Okay, so from this electron acceptor, the electrons are transmitted to the NADP plus, and due to which this NADP plus is converting into NADPH. It is converting into NADPH. So this whole scheme of transfer of electron is known as Z scheme. Z scheme. We can say that light energy absorbed from the photosystem 1 electron acceptor, here then light electron transfer system from the photosystem 1, here it is photosystem 2, absorb the sunlight, electrons are accepted by the electron acceptor, then electron transported to the electron transport system, then from the electron transport system it is transported to the photosystem 1, photosystem 1 also absorb the sunlight, the electrons become excited, then electron transported to the electron acceptor, and this electron acceptor give the electrons for the reduction of NADP plus is converting into NADPH. So we can say it is the Z shape, so we can call it is Z scheme. It is the Z scheme because of its shape. Photolysis of water release electrons that provide electron to photosystem 2. Oxygen is also released during this process. Now, whenever the light is absorbed by the photosystem 2, the photolysis of water is taking place, and due to which this protons and this release of oxygen is there. Okay, electrons, protons and oxygen will be released by the splitting of water molecules. Okay, so from the water molecules electrons are released. Now here we can say there are two processes, cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay, photophosphorylation. Phosphorylation means, when we define the phosphorylation is the synthesis of ATP in mitochondria and chloroplast. This is phosphorylation. But here it is the photophosphorylation. So we can define it, the synthesis of ATP in the presence of light. So it is known as photophosphorylation. Photo word is for the sunlight. So two type of photophosphorylation are there, cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. In the cyclic photophosphorylation, it is performed by the photosystem 1 only. In non-cyclic, it is performed by both the system, photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Okay. In the cyclic, an external source of electron is not required. No external source of electron is required in the cyclic. But in the non-cyclic, external source of electron is required. It means it requires external electron donor. In the cyclic, synthesis of ATP is taking place. In the non-cyclic, synthesis of ATP and NADH both are taking place. NADPH, it is NADPH. It occurs only in stromal or intergranal thylakoid, or you can say stromal lamella. Stromal lamella क्या होता है, दो ग्रेनम को कनेक्ट करने वाले. Okay, so it is taking place on the stromal or intergranal thylakoid, that is the stroma lamella. We can say it is taking place on the membrane of stroma lamella. And non-cyclic, it is taking place in the granal thylakoids only. Okay, granum is made up of thylakoids, so it is taking place in the thylakoids only. And here the sketch is there. Okay, cyclic and non-cyclic. Okay, so in the cyclic, what happens? In the cyclic, it is taking place in the photosystem 1. In that photosystem 1, the light is absorbed by the, which light is there? P700. 700 nm light is absorbed by the photosystem 1. Okay, so by the absorption of light, the electrons are excited. They are accepted by the electrons acceptor. Electrons are accepted by the electron acceptor, and then they are transported to the electron transport chain, and again it is coming to the photosystem 1. ठीक है, photosystem 2 में ट्रांसफर नहीं हो रहा है. Light is absorbed by the photosystem 1, 700 nm wavelength. Electrons become excited. Electrons are accepted by the electron acceptor. Then electrons are transferred to the electron transport chain, electron transport system that is made up of cytochrome, and then electrons are again coming to the photosystem 1. So in this process ATP is produced. So this is the cyclic process. This is the cyclic photophosphorylation. Within the one system is taking place. And in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, it involves both the photosystem, which I have explained you in the Z scheme. So external source of electron is also there. Water is donating electrons, and due to the absorption of sunlight, the electrons become excited, accepted by the electron acceptor. Then it is transferred to the electron transport system. Then it is transferred to the photosystem 1. And photosystem 1 also absorb the sunlight. And this photosystem 1 absorb the sunlight of 680 nm. And the electron become excited. Electrons are accepted by the electron acceptor. And after that, these electrons transfer to the NADP for changing into NADPH. So in this way, we can say that during the light reaction, oxygen is generated. Okay, because it is taking place in the presence of sunlight, so what will be the products will be there? The splitting of water molecule will be takes place, and due to which oxygen is released, and there is the formation of ATP and NADPH, which are further used in the dark reaction.